Hi, my name is Denise Rohr. I am the Interim Dean of the Health and Public Safety Division here at Cincinnati State. On behalf of the administrators, the staff, and the faculty of the division, I would like to welcome you to the college. Adjuncts are vitally important to our division and to the college and help us to fulfill our mission to the community of the greater Cincinnati area. The Health and Public Safety Division is made up of three sections. First, we have the health or the allied health programs. Then we have the nursing programs and the public safety programs. Over the allied health programs and also biology, which is a general education course taught in our division, which many of you may be teaching, is Associate Dean Jennifer Hall. I am over the nursing programs in the division, and Associate Dean Bessie Pitts is over allied health programs. Our executive assistant is Bridget Redding. She's the person that you'll go to if you have issues like you need a key or you're worried about your contract for the semester. The chain of command in the health division is pretty simple. First, you would go to either the lead instructor on the course you are teaching or the program chair, depending if there is a lead instructor on the course. If you don't get what you need from them or they are not available, your next contact would be with the associate dean in the area in which you are teaching. Finally, even if you are not part of nursing, if you're not able to get a problem resolved or you need assistance, I am the dean, as the acting dean, the person that you will come to with any issues. We have 15 associate's degrees in the division and about 30 certificates. So we employ a lot of adjuncts, and we welcome you and want you to have a good experience. To have a good experience, an important thing to know is that you're getting good orientation. Not only should you complete this online orientation, you should be oriented briefly to the division, where things are, where to go for supplies and things that you need, and to your program, what you are teaching, and how your program fits into the division and the course you're teaching fits into the curriculum of that program. If you are coming to work from us, there are a few things we need from you, and you've probably heard about this already. If you haven't gotten your transcripts, your final resume, and any copies of your certification into us, please get those to Bridget Redding as quickly as possible, because we need those for our accreditors. As I mentioned briefly, you will get a contract each semester. That contract will come to you electronically via your Cincinnati State email, so it's important that once you're hired that you check that email frequently, particularly because your students will also use that as the primary way to communicate with you. When you get the contract, please electronically sign it, and once you electronically sign it, it will be returned to Bridget Redding automatically. There are 6 pay dates generally in the semester. Something that when I was an adjunct, that I would have liked to know that first time is that the first pay date doesn't come in the first 2 weeks. It's a little later, and that's just because the courses have to be finalized, and the college needs to make sure that the courses you're teaching are actually going to be running for that semester. If you're an on-campus adjunct, a lot of what's in this course will be applying to you. And learning about Blackboard is crucial, because Blackboard is also something every student should know what their grades are. They should have their syllabus in Blackboard. But if you're off campus, even if you don't come in and actually teach in a class, if you're a clinical instructor or some other sort of experiential learning instructor, it's very important that you keep in contact via email and Blackboard. On campus, there's a sign-in sheet in the workroom. Of course, if you're off campus, you're not going to be signing in, but you will be working. And what we ask is that if in any case you are not going to be able to work, you need to contact us as soon as possible. And that's even sometimes more important than the on-campus teachers, because the clinicals and the experiential learning are such a part of our accreditation that we need to make those up in a very disciplined way to maintain the accreditation of our programs. when you are a clinical or experiential instructor, just like an on-campus instructor, evaluating students is vitally important. Rather than submitting a grade, you will probably be submitting a student evaluation. Whether that student is satisfactory or unsatisfactory in the clinical or experiential learning platform needs to come from you, because you are the person that will be observing them. It is essential that any paperwork, any sign-in sheets, any evaluations that are signed by the students be returned to your lead instructor or program chair, because we have to maintain that documentation for our boards and our accreditation standards. One thing that I would share is that you are our link to industry. The great thing about having adjunct clinical instructors is usually you all are still employed in the profession that you are teaching. So you bring real world information in real time to our students, and we really appreciate that. We also appreciate when you give us feedback about our programs and what we're teaching, and if there's new information that the profession has developed that we might not be on the cutting edge of yet, but you are in your primary employment. Please feel free to share any of that with us. We value your input into the program. Thank you for helping us develop our students into graduates who will become professionals, who will become your colleagues. So it is important to educate them in a manner that you would want somebody working beside you to become. So it is really an honor to work with you. It is an honor to work with our students, and we value our students. I love Cincinnati State. I am proud to be a member of this campus community and a member of the division community, and I hope you will feel the same. And I hope you will uphold the standards that we have created to make us one of the premier developers of employees for this greater Cincinnati area. It's a pleasure to welcome you, and hopefully we will meet in person soon. Thanks, and enjoy your orientation.